over to you. The time is 8:56, right?
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to our beloved lecturer Dr. Saima and fellow friends. So today we are going to discuss about intrapersonal communication. Does any of you here know what is intrapersonal communication? Okay, so let me introduce to you what is intrapersonal communication. It is the process of communicating with oneself, including thinking, evaluating and understanding our own thoughts or emotion. And it also internal dialogue, self-talk and self-awareness that help us make decisions, manage feelings and shape how we interact. So I would like to pass this discussion to Ms. Safa.
Thank you very much, Ms. Nabila. So, since we've all just received the definition of intrapersonal communication from Ms. Nabila, now I would like to discuss about the components of intrapersonal communications. So, the components of intrapersonal communications, there are three types. So, I'll introduce the first one, which is self-concept. Self-concept is how we view ourselves, such as our beliefs, values, and identity. It influences our confidence, emotions, and how we present ourselves to others. So, to give an example, if someone believes that they're confident and capable, they tend to communicate more positively with others. In contrast, if somebody has a negative self-concept and maybe they talk down to themselves, they might avoid speaking up or doubt their abilities. So I'd like to ask the audience, does the audience have any idea on what their self-concept is? Anybody in particular wants to give an answer? An identity that they feel strongly ties to their self-concept. No, then that's alright as well. So for the second one is perception. So perception is how we interpret situations and people around us. It's shaped by our experiences, emotions, and culture. So I'm sure we're all familiar with the saying that some people see the glass half full and half empty. Some people see the glass half empty as in they have a much more negative perception and half full as a much more positive perception. So two people can face the same event but think differently because of their unique perceptions. So the internal process influences how we respond or express ourselves. Third one, expectation. Expectation is what we think will happen in a situation. So our expectations can motivate or limit us. It can also influence our behavior and communication style. For instance, if we expect to fail before trying, we might not even put in our best efforts. So I would like to say that expectation might set us up for failure. So it depends on your mindset and concept, which will eventually affect your way of interpersonal communication. Next, I would like to pass the mic to Ms. Arisha and Ms. Shafiqa for to tell us the real-life examples that is demonstrated for intrapersonal communication. Thank you.
Okay, right now let's see a real-life example of intrapersonal communication. The first one, intrapersonal communication helps in decision-making. For example, before I speaking in the class with my friends or approach a lecturer, I will mentally prepare what I want to say. So this will make me confident and communicate clearly. Secondly, intrapersonal communication also helps me in facing stress or conflict. For example, before a presentation, I will prepare myself and remind myself again and again that you have prepared, you can do this. So it will reduce my anxiety and will talk fluently, clearly, and make others understand. So this is a real life example for me. I think you guys also facing this. Okay, next I will pass to Ms. Shafiqa.
So I would like to continue about real life example of intrapersonal communications. So for me, in relationships, intrapersonal communication is crucial. Why do I say so? When I feel angry or frustrated, I take a moment to process my emotions before reacting. So it will It will help to prevent unnecessary arguments and helps maintain healthy communication with others. So I would like to pass this mic to my fellow friend.
Alright, next we're gonna discuss about the connections to others communication style. The first one, this is the foundations of communications, because before we send any message, or whether verbal or non-verbal, it starts with our thoughts, insights. Like interpersonal communications also the affect how we interact interpersonal and publicly. If we can understand our own thoughts and emotions, we can communicate more effective with others. Also, the foundations of all communications, before we send any message, whether verbal or non-verbal, it starts with our thoughts inside. Okay, so I will give with my friend for the.
So I would like to conclude this discussion. In conclusion, intrapersonal communication play a vital role in shaping our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. It also allows us to do a self-reflection, make a better decision, and develop self-awareness. By understanding ourselves first, we can be more confident, and our communication will be more meaningful in our daily lives. So if you understand our discussion today, can I hear your claps? Okay, so do you guys have any question? Okay, thank you. That's all from us.